Okay, number 6, getting into some big boy maths here. We're going to need to use our calculator for this question really accurately. So here is a tile in the shape of a semicircle. Okay, and we've got a diagram, beautiful. And it's saying that 8 centimeters is along this edge here. Now you visualize the full circle, and that being 8 centimeters. Obviously, we're just looking at the semicircle. That 8 centimeters would have been the diameter of the bigger circle. Okay, we're asked to find perimeter. Perimeter is the outside length. Okay, and you're going to break this down into a semicircle is a curved part plus the straight part. Now, spoiler alert, that part is 8 centimeters. The curved part, well, this is where you're going to need circumference of a circle and then circumference of a semicircle. So a full circle is pi times its diameter. So it would be pi times by the diameter of 8, which is 8 pi. All right, if I use my calculator here, I can just put 8 pi in and press SD. It's 25.132. 7, etc. It's actually easy to keep working with that. Well, what's the semicircle? Well, it's half of that. So it's going to be 4 pi. And if you really want to know what that is as a decimal, put it through your calculator, 12.56637, etc. They're all in centimeters. So to get this full perimeter, we've got the curved part plus the flat part. So the perimeter would be 4 pi plus 8, which is this 12.56637 plus 8, which gives us 20. Been a bit naughty there. Let's round this off. It'll be 20.56637. It's to 2 decimal places. So look, I'm rounding off here. The 6 is going to round up, so it's 20.57. Okay, next up, it's the same shape, but it's the area. Okay, it's based on area of a circle. A full circle is pi r squared. Hang on, where's r come from? Well, this part here is the radius. Well, if the diameter was 8, the radius must be 4 centimeters. Okay, so our radius is 4. So again, let's think if it was a full circle, we would do pi times by the radius, which is 4, squared, which we get 16 pi. You stick that through your calculator. 16 times pi is 50.265, etc. Don't even need to use that bit. You can just use 16 pi. So the semicircle, well, that's half of that. It must be 8 pi. Kind of already know what that is from earlier on, but this is in centimeters squared here. So put that through, which is 25.13274, etc. Again, we're going 2 decimal places, so we're rounding off there. So we're going 25.13, and it's in centimeters squared. Okay, next up, we've got question 7. Pythagoras Theorem. It's not going to tell you it's a Pythagoras Theorem question in any other exam than Mr. Becker's exam here. All right, so I have to get good at spotting this. So it's a right angle triangle. AB is 7, right? Okay. BC is 8, so it's just telling us what's on the diagram. Work out the length of AC. So this part here, that length is what we want. So we're going to label this up. The short sides are A and B. The longest side, the hypotenuse, is C. Pythagoras theorem is A squared plus B squared is C squared. So we've got to square these sides, add them and square root them to find that out. And we've got to give our answer to 2 decimal places. So C squared must be whatever A is squared plus whatever B is squared. So we've got 7 squared plus 8 squared. All right, stuff we kind of should know. We know that that's 49, but you can do this on a calculator. Added to 8 squared, which is 64. Okay, so that gives us a total of 113, but that's c squared. C is the square root of 113. And we want to go 2 decimal places. So I'll just write this out, and then you're going to put our answer to 2 decimal places. So square root of 113 is 10.6301, etc. 2 decimal places, rounding off there, 10.63. Does it look sensible? Well, it's the longest side and it's bigger than 8, so it looks pretty good to me. Okay, let's do question 8. So it's right angle triangle. So again, something really similar. We get AC, 6, just not telling us anything else, and 9, that's the longest side, but we want to find this one, the shorter side. So we've still got the 2 shorter sides as A and B, the longest side as C. But here we're finding a shorter side. It must be the longest side squared take away a shorter side squared. So A squared is C squared minus B squared. A squared is 9 squared take away 6 squared. So 9 squared is 81, 6 squared is 36. When you subtract those, you get 45. So A must be the square root of 45. Calculator, 6.708, etc. to 3 significant figures. So 1, 2, 3, round there. 8's going to round up, so it's 6.71 centimeters. Next up, we've got area of a triangle. Okay, well, first up, the area for a triangle is half times the base times the height. So let's have a look. On our triangle, we've got the base, that's 6. The base is 6 centimeters. The height is the one we've just found out, 6.71, etc. That's rounded, so we've got to be careful. So the area must be half times by 6.708, etc. Don't round it off, I've kept it in my calculator, look. Times by the base, which is 6. So let's just do that. I'm going to keep this in my calculator. It's a half, so that's 0.5, or you could just divide by 2 at the end, times by my previous answer, times by 6, which gave me 20.124618, etc. And again, we're going 3 significant figures. So 1, 2, 3, round there. So our final answer should be 20.1.